presentations, both of which are cardiac arrest saves. During a heart attack, the chain of survival has various links that are vital to increasing a patient's chance of survival. So there's 5 essential links to this chain of survival. The first is immediate recognition of a cardiac arrest, and then subsequently activating the emergency response system. The second is early CPR, and we now have emphasis on chest compressions. The third is rapid defibrillation, and this can be done either by first responders or by bystanders. And then the fourth is advanced life support by paramedics, and the fifth is post-cardiac care. So this chain of survival worked wonderfully on July 19th, 2017. The incident was at 9:30 in the morning at LAX airport in a parking structure where a 45-year-old man was picking up his family at the airport and suffered a significant heart attack. The first chain of survival took place by family members. They immediately recognized that this cardiac arrest was taking place, and they activated the emergency response system by calling 911. Then Engine 51 and Rescue 95 were quickly dispatched to the Tom Bradley terminal, and there they found their patient, who was unconscious, not breathing, and no pulse. What the patient did have in his favor was bystanders were performing that second chain of survival, early CPR. Your LAFD firefighters then jumped into action. They took over CPR. They rapidly accomplished steps 3 and 4 of that chain of survival, which is rapid defibrillation. So they determined that that patient was in a lethal heart rhythm. They delivered a life-saving shock that really took this quivering, dying heart into more of an effective heartbeat. And then fourth chain of survival was that early advanced life support by our firefighter paramedics, who are the highest level of medical authority outside of a hospital setting, and they do wonderful things from managing airway intubation and IV and pharmacological interventions and much more. But what was the result? Well, the patient was conscious, breathing, and his heart was beating on his own by the time he was delivered to the emergency room, where that fifth step of the chain of survival took place, that post-cardiac arrest care. So this was an excellent example of how the chain of survival works and how it showcased one of the many examples of what the talented men and women of your Los Angeles Fire Department do every day. And so now we'd like to invite these members up to stand next to the podium, Firefighter William Collier and Firefighter Don Cunningham. And we'd like to thank you for your outstanding commitment and support, and we'd like to read the certificate. In recognition and sincere gratitude for your heroic courage, diligent efforts, and expedient assistance which directly resulted in life-saving of a 45-year-old man in full cardiac arrest on July 19, 2017 at the LAX Tom Bradley International Terminal. The Los Angeles Fire Department commends you for your extraordinary life-saving efforts to a citizen of the city of Los Angeles, presented this 19th day of December 2017, Ralph M. Terrazas, Fire Chief.
Congratulations. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Not really.
I have yet to have somebody tell me they want to say a few words. I just asked them if they wanted to, but I have to say a few things. Yesterday, I just recertified my EMT, so I'm up to speed on CPR, number one. And as I think about all the things we've been doing as a department, I think about Pulse Point. I think about the pre-arrival instructions of our dispatchers at Metro, which start CPR earlier in that chain of survival. I think about our pilot programs at LAX and the SOBER unit in Skid Row. And the whole intent is to get the right resource there as fast as possible to save lives. That's our mission, to save lives and property. Sometimes it's brush fires, sometimes it's traffic accidents, sometimes it's doing CPR. And I'm very proud of the members behind me. They stepped up, they took on that mission, and we have a success story. We're not always successful, so when we are, we like to celebrate that and recognize the people that are involved. So to both of you, we're very, very proud of you. Here's your last chance. You want to say a few things?
Thank you for having us.
All right, good words. Good job.
Way to go. Chris.
He's the little guy in the family.
The second presentation is yet another great example of a cardiac arrest save, but this time by an off-duty probationary firefighter. The event took place on October 23rd of this year in Fire Station 70's district. This was at a 24-hour fitness gym in Northridge. So probationary firefighter Alan Jansen was off duty, working out at the gym, and he heard some commotion that someone was in need of emergency aid. So he quickly left his workout station, he rushed over and he encountered an 80-year-old male who was pulseless and non-breathing. But due to his training, he instinctively directed staff to call 911, who just happened to be his wife, who was employed by the gym, and he immediately started chest compressions. He also determined that the gym had an automated external defibrillator. So he correctly applied the pads, he turned it on, it was advised no shock was required, but to continue compressions. Intervening during a cardiac arrest is a race against time. Due to Mr. Jansen's immediate action, the patient not only regained consciousness, but was alert and actually speaking to the engine and rescue ambulance upon their arrival. The patient was transported to an area hospital. He went straight into the operating room where he actually went under another cardiac arrest, was resuscitated a second time, but now we're happy to state that he is safe at home and recovering. So paramedic firefighter Jansen is currently in his second assignment, and he and his wife are giving the ultimate gift to each other this holiday season. They're expecting twin boys on January 9th, a few weeks away. So this incident is a great example of how even our new members have excellent training and boldly step up to others who need help, whether they're on or off duty. And so we'd like to invite the honoree to come up and please stand by the podium. And the LAFD administration would like to recognize probationary firefighter Alan Jansen. We'll read the certificate. In recognition and sincere gratitude for your heroic courage, diligent efforts and expedient assistance which directly resulted in saving the life of an 80-year-old man in full cardiac arrest on October 23, 2017 at the 1900 block of Nordhoff Street. The Los Angeles Fire Department commends you for your extraordinary life-saving efforts to a citizen of the city of Los Angeles, presented this 19th day of December 2017, Ralph M. Terrazas.
I know of this story. We kicked off CPR training week at Griffith Park Observatory last month, and I met Ellen for the first time there, actually the second time. The first time was graduation. Second time was at the press conference. And Ellen impressed me as a mature young man who was not afraid to get in front of the mic, which is kind of unusual because most of our young firefighters want to run away from mics and cameras. I can't say that I blame them. But he gave a very compelling story, and we wanted to motivate the viewers of this press conference to learn CPR. I'm very proud of the community risk reduction section who spent that entire week going throughout the city training people on hands-only CPR. And Alan's story contributed to describing the importance of CPR to the public. So I'd like to turn it over for his second performance or appearance. No pressure, Alan. You got twins coming, so this is just a warm-up for what you're going to encounter. Alan, I'd like to hear a few words from you.
Thank you very much. I mean, first of all, I'm just humbled to be here, to be a member of this department. It took me about 9 years to finally get here, but I'm thankful for this opportunity and just to be at the right place at the right time. I'm thankful that this man is now doing well, home with his family for the holidays, and I look forward to being with my family and my wife and 2 twins on the way soon. So thank you again for this honor, and appreciate your time today.